welcome back, my friend. I've been in a rut. Not an overly long rut, but a rut nonetheless. Perhaps it was the bad routine I had at work, perhaps being ill, combination of all, and it just led to a bit of a downfall. I was ill for a few days and I had a bit of a cold. It kind of lasted for a week. That kind of helped. I had a bad shoulder, so I couldn't go to the gym. So I think it all just compiled and just brought me down into a little bit of a rut where I wasn't doing any of my good habits and all my bad habits were just creeping back in. I ate sugar. I don't eat sugar anymore, but I went back on the sugar, eating all these sweet little pastries at work because they taste nice and they give me energy, or at least I think they do. I was lazy. I was waking up late. You know what? I made a video on No Nut November. I wasn't having sex. I was at nutting. And then after like 15th day or something, I hooked up. I nutted. So I went back on my word. So because I had failed, I ended up fapping a couple of times after that within like a few days. Everything just compounded and every bad habit that I did just went back. And then I smoked a few cigarettes as well. I don't smoke anymore. For those that don't know, in my 20s, I smoked. But now I went back and had a couple of cigarettes. I went back and every bad habit just compiled, compounded. I was in a bit of a rut. I couldn't wake up early. I was just waking up late. Anyway, before we continue, my name is Jason. I make videos on the aim of helping neurodiverse people, like maybe yourself. I help neurodiverse people become the best versions of themselves. If that is something in which you are interested, then click subscribe and more videos like this will appear on your home feed. So, how to get out of a rut for autistic or ADHDers or even allistic, average, normal normies. This could be for anyone, not just for us neurodiverse folk. This could be for anyone. This could be for the normies of the world, yes. So how to get out of this rut? So I know someone, his name is Greggy. Greggy is in a rut. He used to wake up early, but now he doesn't seem to want to wake up past 1 p.m. No matter how Greggy feels, he doesn't make any changes to himself to get out of this rut. He eats like a child and just numbs himself with Netflix and video games. What could Greggy do differently? So this is what I did. And it worked, and it's still working for me. This is something I'm doing which is working for me personally. Maybe this could help you too. So some parts might not work as well for you with your personality or whatever, but this helps me and it's still helping me today. So maybe you can try parts of this. If you're in a rut, you can just blindly just trust me and just try this and see if it works for you. Start slow, start small. An analogy I like to think or explain is life is like a video game. It's a huge, difficult video game, and the settings are on the highest difficulty. Everything is just on the max difficulty. In video games, if you rank up to like master in a certain skill, you keep that forever, basically. Like archery, for example, you can be like level 100 in archery and you keep it, basically. But in real life, if you don't use a skill for a long time, you start losing that skill. Have you ever heard of the phrases like, oh, I'm out of practice, I haven't done this for so long. In video games, you keep the skill, but in real life, you start losing it. So for example, in the gym, you used to bench press 100 kilos in the gym. Whoa. Like, you're strong. But you haven't been for a year. Do you think you can go back to lifting 100 kgs like normal? No, of course not. You're gonna have to go back down to maybe 50 or maybe even less than that, I don't know. You're not gonna be able to lift 100 kgs again. So when you try lifting 100 kgs again and go, oh, I can't do it, I'll give up. You're like, start smaller again. Go down to 50 or even go lower than that. And now, for example, this is completely me. I used to wake up at 5 a.m. Productive, work on my stuff, work on things that I like to do. I like to practice a language. I like to make a YouTube video like I am now. And then I couldn't wake up at 5 a.m. When I was in my rut, I was waking up about 7 o'clock. And I go to work at like 7:15. I just kept snoozing my alarm. And once I snooze my alarm once, that's it. I'm just gonna keep snoozing it. I either have to get straight out of bed and fight the day, focus on my stuff, work, do my stuff, whatever, or I stay in bed. I can't just snooze it for a quick 15 minutes or half an hour, then get up. It's either one or the other. Maybe it's just me being autistic, I don't know. I have to do either one intense thing, like wake up extremely early, or stay in bed until really late. There's no middle ground for me. I used to wake up at 5 a.m, then I stopped. When I tried to wake up at 5 a.m. again, I kept failing. So this is what I did. When I wake up at 7 a.m, I'll then start setting my alarm for 6 a.m. and start doing that for about a week. 6 a.m. That's only an hour difference. And I start focusing on getting up at 6 and it worked. Every time I woke up at 6. Only this week have I started waking up at 5 a.m. again. And now here I am, I'm at 5 a.m. There's a little bit of struggle in the morning, like even this morning, I'm not quite feeling right, all the excuses. Oh, I should go back to bed, I don't feel quite as I still got up anyway. There's still some resistance for me waking up at 5 a.m. But I'm here. I had my coffee, I started learning some Spanish, and now I just tweaked this script, and now I'm making this video. So for you, let's say you wake up at 9 a.m. and you want to wake up a little bit earlier. You want to wake up at 7, but it doesn't quite work for you. You do it once and you maybe do it, yay, but then after the second time you don't do it and you want to stay in bed, and then you go, oh, it's a silly idea anyway. No, you don't do it. So if you wake up at 9, why don't you try waking up at 8? Do that for a week. And then maybe wake up at 7, do that for a week. And then wake up at 6, do that for a week. And obviously if you want to wake up at 5, you can go wake up at 5. Try that. Maybe that will work for you. Maybe that's the type of person you are. That's very similar to me. Unless I have to wake up and I have to get to work, I won't usually wake up and go, I'll just snooze my alarm. When we tried to do the good habit like before, like waking up at 5, like me, I then go, I don't want to do it. I can't do it. Who cares? It's not important. I don't need to wake up this early. I'll do it when I go in from work, but then I'm exhausted after work. So it's better to do it now than after work. We always make these excuses in our minds. We don't need to do this. So try it like this. Whatever you're doing, start small, make small goals, and actually achieve them. Achieve them step by step. Actually achieve your goals and be proud of yourself.